Another big man who met Prime Minister Modi, and that is Ray Dalio, American billionaire investor, who also met Prime Minister Modi. Let's listen to now what Ray Dalio had to say.
I'm honored to be at the meeting because Prime Minister Modi is a man whose time has come at the time that India's time has come. It's very analogous to when Deng Xiaoping opened up and reformed China, 1978. And so the potential of India is enormous. And you have now a reformer, a radical reformer, who has the ability to transform it and the popularity to transform it. So I think India and Prime Minister Modi are at a juncture in which there's going to create a tremendous opportunity, tremendous changes in India that are going to be really startling.
And how do you see India as the big investment destination?
I think India now also is at a time when, as a country that's not in the middle of the conflict per se, between the United States and China, that there is a particular opportunity as those countries are facing the inter-country challenges that they're facing. So I guess I would say that, maybe I should say it in a different way. I think not only is India at the brink of this great breakthrough in terms of reform and potential, and it has all the ingredients when I do what does it take to make a country make those moves. But in addition, the changing geopolitical world landscape lends itself to also India playing a major role, because the challenges that both the United States and China are facing internally and then with each other also play an important role for India to be able to take advantage of opportunities.
Right, that was Ray Dalio. I'm going to take this across to Rakesh Khar, who continues to be with us on the broadcast. Rakesh ji, this is a very telling statement there from Ray Dalio. The position that India finds itself in terms of global geopolitics, and more importantly, it is not in the inter-country issues between the US and China. Is a very important aspect.
Yeah, absolutely, Krishna. It's so heartening to see that someone from outside, as a global thought leader, saying that the time has come for India. It's India's time. It's such a big endorsement. And again, I say it's India. One must be really happy about the world looking at us as a country in that sense. And I would also like to place on record, it's a great day. I think someone should try and reach up to the former Prime Minister, Mr. Manmohan Singh, who sort of say risked his own government to sign the India-US nuclear deal, followed by Vajpayee ji. And we have sustained what a certain trajectory on the Indo-US ties, and it's fruit of that sustenance that we have all these great leaders from the outside endorsing India. Coming back to the specifics of the conversations that Modi have had since the morning, the choice of people is very strategic and is of huge import. It does represent a certain variety in the intellectual, scientific, and the business community. So I think the team that has done it and made those choices needs to be complimented. Secondly, I think the whole global taking off of the economic perspective, as Jai Shankar, the Indian Foreign Minister, rightly said, the new definition of globalization today is twofold. The new global order is twofold, and India is placed right at the crux of it with US. One is, the digitization of the entire global framework, from culture, society to the economic to the political framework. So India is the leader in the digitization space. And second is, what we call a shifting or diversification of the supply chain framework. Early days for India, but these are the two pillars of the new global order and what is called the new globalization pecking order. In that sense, India is very, very conveniently and very rightly placed there.
Right.
We obviously have to be at it. And lastly, the piece on urbanization. Modi government has done a little tweak on that, and the urbanization, which has happened by connecting big ticket, highways and roads to metros and small town, tier 2, tier 3 cities. Urban is the model, that India must pursue rigorously for a greater economic and that to an equitable economic growth.
Urban is the focus, where the focus needs to be. Rakesh Khar there. Quickly, Karan, I'm going to come to you for the last thoughts. As this visit has just begun, it's going to now be all about the International Yoga Day celebrations, which have already begun in India and other parts of the eastern side of the world, but will begin in the US very soon. Talk to us, your thoughts.
No, so I think that 2 or 3 key big takeaways from this visit would, of course, be what we do on the tech front, specifically on the technology transfer front, be it for clean energy, be it for stuff relating to propulsion systems, etc. Whether we get to actually formalizing the agreements to manufacture engines by GE in India or not. So that would be one thing that I think would be very interesting to take a look at. But one thing is for sure, irrespective of whatever gets done or whatever gets achieved in this particular visit, there is an overarching sentiment that appears to be in Washington, D.C., which genuinely wants stronger ties with India. And I think New Delhi reciprocates those sentiments. So we should continue with this process, and hopefully, who knows, 10 years down the line, we would be in a much different phase of the Indo-US relationship.